God, I gotta tell you, I didn't know how he was gonna look. I was afraid. I even had to have a drink for Pacquiao. I even went to the hospital because my blood pressure went sky high. This is Internal Arena YouTube. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao has defeated, dominated Brandon Bam Bam Rios, and Brandon Rios has some heart. But fuck you, Alex Ariza, and fuck you, Robert Garcia. I'm sorry, Robert Garcia, but fuck you too, because you should have been out of the gym at 11 o'clock. It wasn't Freddie Roach's fault. And Alex Ariza, you son of a bitch, where are you now? Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao is back. And I'm not saying he's back. He looked good. And he took some of Brandon Rios' best shots, what little they were. Now, as you know, this is T Street Controversy, and this is T Street Controversy Live. Subscribe while I pour myself a drink. Go ahead, it's right below because we got a lot to talk about, and I don't want to lose my voice. Oh, I'm so tired. Now, Brandon Rios, he said he likes to get hit. You know, and I commend that. He says, you know, he smiles when he gets hit because you get hit like a bitch. Well, if you smile when you get hit repeatedly and you lose that fight, what does that make you? Manny Pacquiao has been through so much, and now he can finally, after what, almost 2 years, go to bed with some dignity, with some respect, with a victory, a pure victory. The last pure victory he had was against Antonio Margarito, Joshua Charlie, Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto. And a lot of people don't count Miguel Cotto because they said he drained Miguel Cotto, made Miguel Cotto come down to a catchweight. But Miguel Cotto signed the contract. You know, and as I said, this is T Street Controversy. I am a huge Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao fan, and a lot of people are going to say he don't deserve Floyd Mayweather Jr. and he fought a Brandon Rios that was coming off a loss against Mike Alvarado. The fact is, he went in there against an excellent puncher. Brandon Rios had a 9-pound weight advantage. Okay, let's slow down. Let's digress. Manny Pacquiao weighed in at 145 pounds. Brandon Rios, 146 and a half pounds, came into the ring at 155, 159, and Manny Pacquiao 150. He had a 9-pound weight advantage. He was the bigger fighter. Even though he's moving up a division, he was the bigger fighter, and he's a hard puncher, slugger. He was the perfect opponent for Pacquiao because, for one, he was a chin test. We know that he was going to fire some bombs, and in round one and two, he did look like he had a chance, and just like me and a lot of people that was watching the fight with me, we thought that, oh man, you know, Pacquiao shouldn't be taking these shots. He shouldn't be in there with a guy like this. This guy hits hard. But Brandon Rios did not show nothing outside of being a glorified sparring partner and a punching bag. And I'm not saying Brandon Rios is good. I'm not saying that he can't hold his own with a lot of other 147 pounders. Just not Floyd Mayweather. Just not maybe Adrian Broner, just not maybe Marcos McDonough, Devin Alexander, and so on. And I'm not saying Brandon Rios is not good. I'm just saying that, listen, the kid is too stationary, you know, and there's no jab there. You know, all he wants to do is bully you and beat you up. But if you look at his fighting style, what does he have to offer? But, you know, Manny Pacquiao did exactly what he said he was going to do. He was going to win for the Philippines, who have lost. And right now, around 5,200 people are confirmed dead. You know, there's still many people missing. There's still hundreds of thousands displaced. And like I said, me personally, I'm a Pacquiao fan. I was just hospitalized just recently. And I just had to just, they said T Street. I was going to say my real name. They said, T Street, we're going to keep you. You know, but I said, I can't because I have some things to do. They said, what do you have to do that's so important? In my head, I'm thinking like, young motherfucker's not going to keep me in the hospital and have me fucking watching Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao on my motherfucking phone. I'm getting out there to go fucking watch this fight. You know, and I'm going to have a drink. But I'll say this, you know, let's talk about what's next. This is what people want to know. Does he go Timothy Bradley and get that belt back that Timothy Bradley robbed from him? Does he go after Juan Manuel Marquez, what would be a 41-year-old Juan Manuel Marquez that knocked him out, put him to sleep, that was on steroids, and I still believe it? Or does he go after the big money fight, Floyd Money Mayweather, the last fight on his top-ranked contract with Bob Arum? Now, Pacquiao wants Floyd Mayweather. Pacquiao wants Juan Manuel Marquez, but what would you do? Would you get that? Would you go for the legacy bout? or would you go for the guy who knocked you out? I'm going for Floyd Mayweather. I'm sorry. I wouldn't take that chance right now with Juan Manuel Marquez. And I want Juan Manuel Marquez to go to sleep. I want Juan Manuel Marquez to end his career with a loss to Pacquiao. But Bob Arum is saying that Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao can happen. He even referenced when Mike Tyson fought Lennox Lewis. Mike Tyson was fighting for Showtime, a contract with Showtime, and Lennox Lewis with HBO. But the two networks shown in the past that they can come together and make a super fight. Even if it is in a temporary stadium, I don't care. The fight needs to happen because no matter what, it will still be the biggest fight in history. It will still be #1 overall pay-per-view buys. Manny Pacquiao, global following. The man doesn't even stir up controversy himself. He is controversial, meaning Pacquiao. But he doesn't talk shit. He doesn't do a lot of shit out, as far as making sex tapes or racial slurs or anything. The man just sells fights. We don't know what this fight is going to sell, but the man just sells fights. And Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao makes sense. Now, as far as Timothy Bradley is concerned, Timothy Bradley is going to be there. But if you got a chance to get Floyd Mayweather Jr., why would you not take that chance? Now let's talk about how Pacquiao looked. I'm talking about the first round, he looked the same in the 12th round. He was moving around the ring. The foot movement was still there. He was not slow. The hand speed seemed like it was better than ever. I'm talking about when he came to the flurries. He even gave Brandon Rios times or chances to show that he had power, or show that he can hurt Pacquiao. Pacquiao, at certain points in time, it felt like he was just standing there or not standing there. When it came to tie-ups and clinches, Pacquiao was just allowing him to hit him. And Pacquiao was not fazed or hurt. Pacquiao took some shots, but he rebounded well. And I never questioned Pacquiao's chin. It's just that when you saw the way he got knocked out, you got to think like, oh, I don't want to see him take another punch, but this is boxing. He's shown that he can take a punch, and that punch by Marquez was the perfect punch, the perfect counter punch, and it's hard to get a punch like that in boxing or in any boxer, especially in the sport today. But it's so many things to talk about, and I'm just trying to figure out where to go from here. I'm just actually glad the man won. The man had, like I said, so much on his chest, from Congress, from being knocked out, from being robbed, top rank, Floyd Mayweather, steroid allegations, and the affair with his wife, rumors of him going broke, the typhoon. There's so much going on, and he needed this, And as far as Alex Ariza kicking Freddie Roach in the chest, Freddie Roach has the last laugh. As far as Robert Garcia is concerned, being one of the most decorated trainers in the sport today, up and coming, trainers, Mikey Garcia, Marcos Maidana, Nonito Donaire, and so on. He took a loss right now to, yes, a confirmed Hall of Fame, a former Coach of the Year, Trainer of the Year, Freddie Roach. And Freddie Roach needed it. And I know Freddie Roach has done some things, calling a Mexican a fucking Mexican, and calling I'm not even gonna say it because I said I wasn't. You don't get no, if you think I was going to say who you were, you don't get no, people who've been following my show, I'm going to say this, I'm not going to mention anything about him anymore. And we're just going to leave it at that. But this is T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. And yes, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. And more importantly, go to our Into the Arena like page where you'll get all exclusive footage that we post from fights. For example, I know, you may think, how are these guys doing this, but we have connections. You'll find exclusive fight footage on our page. You'll find exclusive videos on our Into the Arena page. The links are right below. And then not to mention, friend me on Facebook at T Street Controversy. Simple as that, on Instagram or whatever. We're taking over, and it's right here. T Street Controversy Live.